Hey everyone, I'm Ryan from Woke Crypto News. Today we're going to take a look at what happened to the Solana network, why Africa's seeing the highest rate of adoption in crypto, some NFT insider trading, a second patent with the crypto Veracity, what's going on in El Salvador, who in crypto made Time's most influential people list of 2021, and finally, what you can do to earn some DeFi in gaming. All right, let's get started. All right, let's start off by taking a look at our gainers and losers for the day. So take a look over here, see what we've got here in Masari. Anybody stick out for the day? We've got ETH up 5%. Kind of scroll through top 20. We've got Avalanche is up 17%. We'll switch it over to the biggest gainers of the day. See, we've got Gala, Horizon, Avalanche again, Ren. We got 22, 17. Phantom's up 15. Kind of looking at that, see if we have any big losers for the day. eGold, Anchor, HBAR. Sometimes when you see the bigger losers of the day, and it's not even that much, 11% is the most, which is nothing in crypto. That can be paired with what did they gain for the week? And they're up 40%, 38%, 54% for the week. Like HBAR, a 5% reduction for the day is inevitable. So there we go there. Who are our big gainers for the week? Again, HBAR for the week, Gala, Rocket Pool, Avalanche again. So look at our monthly. We got Index, Phantom, Gala again. We see Solana still in the top 10, even after their little hiccup yesterday. They're still up 141%. So that's where we are for the day, week, and month. So all right, let's take a look at what happened to the Solana network. So yesterday, the Solana network went down. More accurately, I should say, it was taken down. So if we go over to Solana's Twitter page, they kind of explain what happened here. So Solana mainnet encountered a large increase in transaction load, which peaked at 400,000 TPS. These transactions flooded the transaction processing queue. A lack of prioritization of network critical messaging caused the network to start forking. That's a lot to unpack. So let's talk about that a little bit. So first of all, 400,000 TPS. That's insanely high. That is blowing everybody out of the water. That's blowing everybody out of the water in crypto. Not only is that blowing everybody out of the water in crypto, it is blowing away central processors like Visa out of the water. So that's what created their problem, first of all, that they're able to do that. So hats off to them. But then what it did is it started a fork. So I essentially created two records of the blockchain. That's a big issue. So when it did that, the engineers tried to take it off. We go to the second tweet over here. Engineers try to take it offline, or try to fix it, I should say, and were unsuccessful. And so when they were unsuccessful with that, what they ended up doing is the validators then voted, or it sounds like elected to take the network offline and basically restart it. That worked great. Did a reboot, took care of the problem. That creates a whole other issue, though. You're not supposed to be able to take off a decentralized network offline. So that then tells you that it's maybe not truly decentralized. So any network that is able to be taken off that easily, it probably doesn't have that many validators then. So the whole idea that Satoshi came up with blockchain was decentralization for the blockchain, so that it wasn't being controlled by a centralized figure, a few, and so this defeats the whole purpose of his idea, or he or she's idea of the blockchain. It is what it is, right? Solana's dealing with the same problem that everybody's dealing with. They're dealing with the blockchain trilemma. This is something that Vitalik Buterin hypothesized, that is scalability, security, and decentralization. If we take a look at Ethereum is only hit, like most blockchains, they're only able to hit 2, right? So Ethereum is able to hit decentralization and security, but they can't hit scalability. That's why they're so slow. That's why their transaction fees cost so much. That's why they're trying to move to solve those things, and then they will essentially solve the trilemma. Solana, like all the new blockchains, are claiming they have solved the trilemma, but as we can see in this situation, that maybe they have sacrificed decentralization for speed. Their speeds are so much faster than everybody else, but maybe they're not truly decentralized. They're still a work in progress. It's not killing Solana in any ways. Did their price drop a little bit? Maybe, yeah, a little bit, but it's not like they're still way up for the month. So that's what happened to them yesterday. All right, let's take a look at Africa. So Africa has the highest adoption rate in crypto right now. All right, let's unpack that a little bit. So over the past year, Africa crypto market has grown over by 1,200% in terms of value received. Chain Analysis estimates that African countries collectively received around 105.6 billion worth of cryptocurrency between July 2020 and June 2021. However, Africa still is the smallest crypto economy of all regions, and the research study shows. So although it is the smallest, it is seeing the highest adoption rate. So it's a little skewed when you think about that. It's easier to see higher adoption rate when you're the smallest market also. But there's a couple things I want to point out or talk about that the article shows right here. So we got the four points the article makes right here is growth in grassroots adoptions, increasing popularity of peer-to-peer, crypto-based remittance, and crypto as a tool as wealth preservation. So crypto in grassroots adoption. What it talks about right here is that the reason it's seeing grassroots adoption is it's seeing a higher number in small transactions, right? So these numbers are a big part of why you're seeing the index move. A smaller transfer size suggests that higher grassroots adoption among everyday users. So opposed to in larger countries where maybe some of the big crypto transactions it's seen are large numbers. So it's seeing its volume in smaller numbers, indicating that it's a little more grassroots there. And then peer-to-peer platforms are increasing in popularity. This one is the one I find really intriguing. So right here, if you take a look at this chart, look at how much for peer-to-peer, how much more people are using crypto. And this is the idea behind people are using crypto to send it to each other. They're using crypto, they're sending it between each other, opposed to what a lot of us do in the first world countries and stuff like that. It's just buy off exchange, hold it in our wallet, or put it on our phone or something like that. These people are moving crypto between each other. The article explains the reason they're doing this is because their governments have outlawed it from them being able to buy it from exchanges. The central banks are outlawed from selling it, and so the only way for them to buy crypto or do it is from to get a hold of it and then send it to each other. And so for that reason, I've seen a big increase in peer-to-peer use. All right, and then for remittance. One of the big use cases for crypto has always been, or one of the big things that everybody talks about that crypto will be used for and that it can save a lot of money on for people is sending crypto around the world to people is for remittance. And Africa is seeing some of the highest remittance in the world. It's used for remittance. So that kind of goes along with that. All this is interesting because Africa is the poorest continent in the world. And so crypto fits into all of the this fits into all the narrative for cryptocurrencies. And then lastly, what does it fit into? The last narrative for cryptocurrency, wealth preservation. All right, so you have more people are buying crypto over in Africa, and the article explains part of the reason is people are the currencies over there are being devalued. So it talks about how the currencies over there, like let's say right here, it says that, for instance, Nigeria's central bank has devalued Naira, the country's currency, by roughly 35% over the past 5 years. That's the whole point. We talk about using Bitcoin, let's say, as a hedge against inflation in America or something like that, or other first world countries. They're more concerned about using crypto and Bitcoin as a hedge against currencies that might not exist in unstable countries. It's actually has a far more valuable use case. And the last thing I want to point about this article is for all the Cardano and ADA lovers out there, is this has been Cardano and ADA's plan all along. They set up shop over in Africa, and they have been trying to make deals with the governments for all these four reasons. And so this kind of ties into their entire game plan. Well, we've got a little insider trading in the NFT market, if you will. So, NFT marketplace OpenSea confirms executive profited from insider info. So Nate Chastain, the firm's head of product, was accused of buying and then flipping NFTs that were featured on the website. So what he ended up doing was he would find out which products were going to be sold, which were going to be featured on the website the next day or whenever they were, in a couple hours, and he would go in and buy NFTs in that project before they were listed on OpenSea's website. And so he'd buy them before they would pump, and then once they were listed on OpenSea's NFT website, they would of course pump, and then he would sell them afterwards. kind of the definition of insider trading. I don't know how exactly it applies to NFTs, but that's what it sounds like to me. OpenSea is the leading secondary marketplace, valued at over 1.5 billion. Kind of a big deal. So I'm sure the first of many we're going to see with issues with NFTs and fraud in crypto. Speaking of NFT fraud, let's talk about Veracity. So Veracity receives a notice of allowance for a second proof of view patent. So for those unfamiliar, Veracity is they're kind of an attention token for esports, but this past winter they came out with a patent for what they call proof of view. Proof of view is their blockchain technology that proves whether viewership is real or whether it is a bot. Essentially, they can be used for things like for ads on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, whatever it might be. There's a lot of lost revenue from and fake viewership from bots, and this helps prove or disprove whether that viewership is real. And so that technology has been patented by them. It also that proof of view can also be used to authenticate. Essentially, they can use whether NFTs are real or not. And so now that made the news this past week because they got a second allowance for an NFT. So we're going to take a look at that. And it's part of the reason I want to bring it up because NFTs are blowing up so much right now. So they got a second allowance here. So we take a look at this. They filed back on January 24th for the second allowance, and it was approved. And so because it was approved, it means that they are able to file this worldwide. This expands their current patent, which is going to allow them to file this patent worldwide, which means their patent is now going to be protected globally. Patents last 17 years. So now they have a technology that is now just theirs and protected for 17 years. It's a big deal if it works. It's a big deal if it ends up being something that everybody needs or wants to use, or if it's sellable, if they can release it out or whatever they want to do. So there's that. And part of like I said, one of the big reasons I want to bring it up is the whole thing about NFTs. So if we take a look at here, how it covers NFTs, the POV patent covers all aspects of how NFTs can be fraudulently created, manipulated, including ways that are often overlooked or not even common in practice yet. So that's one of the things that's very interesting. NFTs are such a craze right now, but we don't fully understand the problems that might arise from them because it's so new, right? Art gets ripped off all the time. It's just a matter of time before we start seeing NFTs getting ripped off and faked, right? We just had the last news that was talking about how insider trading with NFTs. It's just a matter of time before people figure out a way to fake NFTs and rip people off that way. So Veracity's proof of view is supposed to be able to basically verify that and tell you whether it's real or not. So just wait for some multi-million-dollar NFT rip-off story to come to light, and then all of a sudden see that Veracity's technology might be start getting used a lot more. So it's just one of those interesting things. This second patent also expands on, the new patent also covers fields such as medicine, telecommunications, and space applications. I'm not sure how it's going to apply to those things, but it does. So it's kind of a broad thing. Further, it includes a broad variety of NFT contents types as well as applications of NFT technology such as digital rights management. Again, it looks like they're focusing on things like NFTs. It makes sense to me. NFT market, I think there's a lot of future in NFTs. I'm not even just talking about art. I'm talking about the digitalization of assets, talking about deeds and things like that to our homes. I think there's so much more that we're going to turn into NFTs that we're not doing now, far beyond art. So that's Veracity. Well, what's hot in El Salvador? Well, it turns out not everybody loves the idea of Bitcoin in El Salvador. Although everybody here, us in the crypto space, may love the idea of it being a legal tender, there are those in El Salvador who don't. There are protests in El Salvador, people taking to the streets, protesting the president and the government for doing that, and they actually ended up lighting some of the Bitcoin machines, the ATMs, on fire. I'll play this little clip real quick. You can see this is one of those machines on fire. There's not a whole lot else to tell you other than just want to point out that not everybody in El Salvador loves that. So we'll go from there. Speaking of burning, let's take a look at ETH. There's been over 1 billion worth of ETH burned since since EIP 1559, since the London fork went into effect. If we take a look at this, I believe it was August 5th. Yeah, nearly 300,000 Ethereum worth 1 billion at today's prices have been burned since early August, August 5th. So Ethereum becoming more and more sound money. Speaking of Ethereum, let's take a look at Time's most influential people of 2021. Vitalik Buterin, Ethereum's co-founder, actually made the list. He's in the innovator section, so I think he might be one of the first people to make and the biggest person in crypto to make the list. So that part's great. We actually have a couple other crypto tie-ins. He's by far the biggest name in crypto to make it, or most influential crypto person, I should say, that's actually tied to it. You could argue another influential person, but lesser tied in, is we have the Doge father, also in the innovator section. A little less for the crypto area as being in there. Obviously, he's in the year for Tesla. But my third crypto tie-in that I'll use is Jensen Huang, who is the CEO and founder of NVIDIA. So if you mine cryptocurrency, there's a good chance, if you're supporting the Bitcoin or Ethereum network, there's a good chance that you are using at least half of you out there are using a NVIDIA GPU. So we got 3 different tie-ins in the innovator section to the cryptocurrency market. All right, lastly, let's talk about how we can start making money while playing video games. So Yield Guild Games taps Halo DAO to help gamers put earnings in DeFi. So YGG, it helps key investors in the play-to-earn arena. They partner with stable-focused decentralized finance, DeFi, Halo DAO, to allow gamers to cash out stablecoin and gain yield. So a partnership with Halo DAO will allow YGG gamers to cash out in local regions throughout the stablecoin-focused AMMs on Ethereum and Polygon networks. This is done typically through playing games like, I think it's just done mostly through Axie Infinity right now. There's already been stories about how Axie people are making money, especially in the Philippines, playing Axie Infinity and selling their characters and stuff like that. But now there's a way that people are going to be able to use this Halo DAO. Firms are building financial tools to track performance and give gamers a way to increase their earnings with yield farming and other DeFi applications while playing the game. Take the rewards from the game. This is interesting. The reason this is interesting is, just think about this. I liken this to kids are playing, people are playing, adults are playing Fortnite, right? You buy a battle pass or you can get it for free, and you sit there and grind the game away, and you earn skins in game, right? And it's all cosmetic. That's great. You get it. You get to show them off to your friends, but really you don't have anything to show for it. Now people are going to are playing games like Axie Infinity, and they're actually selling their characters and stuff like this. Well, now there's the evolution of that. Now you're able to play this game, and now it's working with they're pairing up with DeFi applications and tools, and so now you're going to be able to play in game. And essentially, the more time you put into it, and I don't know in game, but the further you get along or whatever it is, you are earning yield on your performance essentially, and so it's a way to literally cash out on your gaming. And so this might be the future of gaming. So this is fascinating. It's something to watch and something to keep a close eye on. All right, everybody, that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for sticking with us. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button and smash subscribe. Come follow us on Twitter, and until next time.